Hello. Before beginning today's topic, I'd like to share with you that you are a genius, you are special, you mean the world, and you are loved. Today's topic is creating an elevated emotion. Why do we want to create an elevated emotion? Is this escapism? Is this something that benefits my life? And if so, what is it? Well, let's talk about escapism. Escapism is, in essence, a pill. It doesn't cure, it doesn't go to the root, it just covers the symptoms. So before going on, because many of y'all, we can maybe perceive maintaining an elevated emotion as a form of escapism. So I want to be clear that whenever I share my message, it's on a forever basis, right? But let's just ask, let's just question it. If the human being wakes up and is conscious of his thought process, his emotions, his energy, his actions, if a human being wants to utilize all that he is to establish a conscious foundation, is this person going to create a negative outcome? And it's not even about the external life, it's about our internal world. Where are you seeing me right now? Where are you hearing me? Do we remember the story in science? Light travels, hits my retina, flips upside down, and now that image is projected inside my brain. What is outside is projected inside my brain. So this means that I experience life inside of me. I realized this one day. And I said, oh my God, this is amazing. Life, I experienced life inside. Agony, joy, sadness, happiness, love, and hate. We experience this inside of ourselves. We become conscious of this very simple fact, and we recognize that, okay, I want to experience love on a round the clock basis. Why? If I have the option, then why not? Human beings, if we have the option to do the better thing, then we are going to do it. So the question now is, should I? Well, again, the human being, given the option to create a better life for themselves, they're going to. And I invite you to, because the greatest gift is self-realization. And I'll tell you from experience, there's no larger self-realization than creating internally an emotional state, an emotional sensation, and observing your creation. What am I saying? That you utilize the heart to create an elevated emotion sensation. That's one side. The other side is you're also going to be observing your creation. So why do I decide to do it on an all the time basis? Well, let's just think about life right quick. Let's look at thoughts. Every thought is an electrical signal. If I'm not inside my body all the time being 100% conscious, then those moments that I'm not being conscious, my paradigm, my past, is waiting for it to then bring out those old negative emotions that are built on stress hormones. So the goal is transmute those base emotions of pain, sorrow, sadness, anxiety, transmute our energy and begin feeling an elevated emotion. Is it good? Yeah, it's good. Why? Because we're controlling our emotional state. That's not to say that we're controlling like our thought process, right? You can control your emotional state and you're still going to have an unconscious stream of thoughts. Now, granted, these for an extended amount of time, of creating an elevated emotion, yeah, you start to rewire and start to build a new software that's going to change the old hardware in your brain, meaning you're going to get a lot better thoughts. But not to worry, the moment you decide to take charge of your creation process, you are going to start having new thoughts. But your main focus isn't to be using your energy to be, to use using your energy to create words inside of yourself. No, you're using your energy on a much greater term to create an elevated emotion 100% of the time. Now, this becomes your life. This is called a meditative life. Why do I not use my energy to create thought? Because it's like taking out the middleman. If I used to be someone that would walk around saying, love myself, I love myself, I love myself, switched it to just love. I thought that was even more intelligent. Well, I'll tell you what, the reason I was doing this was to feel good. I was doing X to receive a chemical reaction in the body. And I never really was conscious, like, is this happening? Do I feel better? I mean, yes, science has us believe that your thoughts have an impact, and in essence, they do. Every thought of the memory pulls back that chemical signature. Every experience recorded has a energetic memory to it, has a chemical aspect to it. So if I think back to a positive memory where I was laughing and having a grand time, my body will feel that same, those same feelings. And the flip side, I start thinking negative, remembering negative things. I'm saying thinking, like thinking is conscious. But let's talk about the sad truth. Most of us aren't, and most of the time we just have unconscious thoughts. Unconscious thoughts bring up a negative past, and the body doesn't have an option but to release those chemicals because they're in constant communication. It's very fast. A brain sends out electrical signal of some negative past experiences. The body picks it up and feels in correspondence to it. It creates those thoughts. So creating an elevated emotion is a very important thing. We cut out the middleman. Do you want to just say love, love, love the rest of your life? Or do you want to consciously affect your body on a cellular level where you feel what you're making and then also be observing? Why is this cutting the middleman? Well, because now your body is feeling what you had to think to create. And in that world of thinking, you weren't really too sure. I mean, you're doing it for the science, you're doing it for the intelligence. But knowledge is applied intelligence. So what does this mean? Let's take all of the intelligence you have, some of it's being that like elevated emotions cause better physiology in the body, more immune systems. I've talked about the thymus gland being opened. What does this mean? This relates to more immunoglobulins being created, more white blood cells. What else? Your immune system starts to strengthen. And now your thoughts start to change because your brain is constantly observing a much greater instrument in action, and that is your heart. To 100% be conscious, you have to use your heart. And what better way than to forget all the physical things and just create a emotional sensation inside of yourself so your brain can perceive it and start sending out electrical signals that start to correspond. And this is the quickest way to manifest. The quickest way to manifest is inside of yourself, manifest an elevated emotion. Change, test yourself, go inside yourself. What are my limits? What can I feel? I've always heard the body's a chemical factory. Well, step into that chemical factory, be the supervisor, give orders, and then just sit back and watch your creation. I invite you to join my family. We are individuals that live through the heart and are masters at teaching the art of living through the heart. This membership also comes with 2 meditations daily, a weekly meditation, and a monthly meditation. I also invite you to share this video on your social media accounts with your family, mastermind group, cousins, siblings, parents, and also comment below what topics you'd like for me to cover in the future. I hope to see you on the side of light. Goodbye.